tell you that this movie, I was able to, thank you so much, you allowed me to watch the film in your office, and I stole pens again. I have to tell you, and I was laughing out loud, I know, it was it's somewhat embarrassing. This film has my second favorite horror film moment ever in it. Well, I don't want to give it away, but it involves a woman's breast and a hand. Brilliant. I'm wondering, for both of you, you've both made so many horror films. For you, what's the most terrifying moment you've ever seen on film?
Well, and I'm not kidding. I watch all of them, and I've watched them all growing up. But in a movie that just opened last night by the name of 30 Days of Night,
right.
Anyone who goes to see that movie, and I warn you, it is a really scary movie, but there is a moment in that even though we knew the script made us jump, we actually had to back it off a little bit for the release, the theatrical release. But there's a moment in that, anyone who sees it will know the moment I'm talking about when they see it. But it actually, even the writer, Steve Niles, when he saw the scene he wrote, went, oh! I knew it was coming, so...
It's good when the writer gets himself, yeah. Bruce, what's yours?
I think horror films are in a weird place right now.
Right.
They're not really scary, except for Mike's movie.
Except for 30 days.
Which would apparently be scared for 30 days a day. It's that scary.
That was grammatically awesome.
I feel... I got a 3.
We totally got a 3 from our floor.
That means wrap it up. Actually, I think they've gone from scary to disturbing. I don't need to see a person tortured for 90 minutes. Don't need it.
Right.
I need to be scared, not disturbed. I can turn on the news and be disturbed. I actually also think the best horror films are the ones that mess with your head. I like a very obscure horror film in the mid-70s by Roman Polanski called The Tenant. It creeped me out for about 2 weeks afterward because it made me think like I was going crazy, like the lead guy in the movie's going crazy. Roman Polanski. So,
right.
Movies like that are impressive because they're really going for something that's much different.
Well, what do you think, because there's so
it's
much...
not as good as 30 Days of Night.
No, God, no. Impossible.
That's just, yeah.
But because there's so much gore now, what do you think it takes to actually scare people?
Ability.
Just great writing?
I think it's a combination of everything. It's getting a decent concept. You were pulled in by the concept of 30 Days of Night.
Right, it's the concept. The best, many of the best projects are sold in 2 or 3 sentences. The concept for 30 Days of Night is that the sun goes down in Barrow, Alaska for 30 days. Actually, it goes down for about 45 days, but 30 Days of Night sounded better than 45 days. Little secret. But anyway, the idea that the sun goes down and people who are trapped there by the weather every year start disappearing and there's no place for them to go. And of course it's vampires, it's dark, and so the people inside the town have to stay alive till the sun comes back. That's 30 days.
I'm scared just listening.
So kind of a personal question, Halloween's coming up. When you were kids, what was your favorite or most humiliating Halloween costume?
Well, we didn't wear costumes. We wore those little plastic masks because they're
Mike didn't have electricity when he grew up.
We had the little plastic ones with a little band around, and the reason was because we moved fast. Two of my friends and myself would get empty pillows, cases, thank you. And we would have about 5 of them laid out, and we were to go as far as we could by midnight and get back. So we kept bringing them back full, and we didn't want any encumbrances. No embarrassment. We just wanted to move.
You were in it for the candy.
We were in it for the candy. That's exactly right.
Right. What was yours, Bruce?
My mother had a very good fake wig. That was my hair color too. Weird. So I went as a woman, I dressed as a woman, and I was cutting between a couple houses, and I grew up in a neighborhood that had like no lights in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I was cutting between a couple of houses, and a guy grabbed me and started feeling me up.
Do you still see him?
Answer the question. Answer the question.
No, I kicked him in the nuts as hard as I could. And ran like a girl.
Which was appropriate for how you were dressed.
It's the only way I could run, really. In high heels.
Just totally did Jerry Lewis. That was great.
It comes out every...
Right. Just real quickly before we go, Bruce, what's your favorite comic that Dark Horse produces? And it can't be one that you wrote.
Oh, well, then I don't have an answer. Why, that would be Hellboy.
The sequel is filming in Budapest right now.
That was cheating, but I'll take it. And then, Mike, what's your favorite Bruce Campbell film?
Evil Dead 2.
I have to say, I mentioned that it was my second favorite. My first is you fighting your own hand to the death in Evil Dead 2. It was really exceptional work.
I'm okay now, though. I watered it and it came back.
It looks good. It looks healthy.
Thank you. It feels really good for a fake hand.
Well, it's been such a pleasure having you guys on. We've wanted to have you on for a while, Bruce, and we thank you so much, Mike, for bringing him to
It
us.
was rough getting in here.
A lot of booze, a lot.
Well, I had to sober up first to get on the flight. That was half of it.
Right.
I got a guy who's sort of keeping me sober backstage. So I'm almost done though, so it's good.